New crew, welcome back. Today I'm bringing you guys through kind of a meal plan with me. I meal plan at the beginning of every single month because I do once a month grocery shopping, and I will link every video down below on meal plans and my grocery shopping hauls and playlists and all of that if you want to know more about that. But I grocery shop once a month for my family of 5. That being said, I meal plan pretty much every single meal that we eat for an entire month, and this month I botched my grocery shopping. So I'm going to show you guys what I do to meal plan when that happens. That can happen for a lot of reasons. This month it was kind of a combination of things, with it being the holiday weekend. When I went grocery shopping for the beginning of July, they were out of stock of a lot of things. Stores were packed. I had all 3 of my kids with me this month. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. Grocery shopping with 3 toddlers can be a lot. So that's what happened. I skipped over some aisles that I should not have skipped over. They were out of a lot of things, or the other thing that happened to me is I did a Walmart grocery pickup, and either they were out of a lot of things and they could not substitute, or they substituted things that didn't work exactly for my meal plan. So I'm just going to show you guys how I'm going to now shop my pantry, and that's actually a thing that a lot of people do. It's shelf cooking, shelf stable cooking, things like that, and that's what I'm going to be doing basically this month to make a meal plan, because that's what needs to happen. What I'm going to be doing is grocery shopping off of everything that I have on hand, making a huge list of meals that I can make with everything that I currently have, or if I'm just needing 1 or 2 things, I'll add that to the list and then throw a grocery list together, because I do go back in the middle of the month typically for milk, bread, anything that we need a refresh on. During the summer it might be a carton of ice cream or fruits or vegetables or whatever that is, just fresh stuff basically. So going through this, I'm looking for what I have in my fridge at the moment that I can use. I'm going to make a list of different meals and lunches and things off of what I currently have on hand. My fridge, you know, it's not what I'm looking for. Okay, I can make a soup because I have carrots. I know I have a can of celery in here that I need to use up. But lots of carrots still left. I got some cheese in here, some lettuce, so that means I can have salads for lunches. I got lots of cream cheese, which is good, which means we can bake a lot of our own snacks and desserts and stuff. But the fridge isn't really where I focus on a whole lot. Where I'm really going to be focusing in on is my freezers. So I see that I have a ton of broccoli. I know I have cream of chicken soup in my basement, and I have rice. I've got some chicken right here, so I know I can make a chicken broccoli bake. Breakfast here, I see I've got some raisin bread, so I know I'll have that for breakfasts. I got a bag of tortellini, so I could make that for lunches. This bag is about half empty, so I don't really think I have enough for a dinner, but definitely lunches for the kids. Strawberries, so that'd be a good snack, or we can do smoothies. Oh, this is perfect. I have barbecue chicken here, which I know I really need to use up. It's been in here a while. I got more chicken here, so right off the bat I know that I have enough chicken to do a handful of different meals. Ground beef right here. So I've got some steaks. We could definitely do Philly cheese steaks. We got this really cool seasoning that we want to try, but I know I don't have green peppers, so I'm gonna have to add that to my list. So what I'm gonna do really quick, while all these meals are fresh in my head, I'm gonna jot them down on my piece of paper. So here we are down in my chest freezers. I'm gonna take a peek in here too. This is where a bulk of my food is most likely gonna come from. I know I have a ton of veggies in here still. So I got some Cali blend, which will be great for sides. Here's some hamburger buns. I have a ton of these, which is awesome. So many different things I can make with these. This is one of my favorite Aldi items of all time. These chicken tender strips. They're Parmesan chickens, but I like to actually cook these and wrap them in a tortilla with a pickle and some cheese. It's so good. So definitely good, but I can add this to my list. I could definitely do chicken parm one night for dinner even as well. I have tons of tortillas. These freeze so awesome, so I love to keep them on rotation down here. Oh, I've got some fish sticks. I completely forgot about these. These will be an awesome lunch item for my kids. These are a handful of lunches for my kids because there's 43 sticks in here. I love to keep whole chickens in my freezer for times like this because there's so many different things I can do with a whole chicken, and typically I can get probably 3 meals out of a chicken plus all the chicken broth that I get from the bone. Such a great budget option. Here's another thing I completely forgot about, these chicken nuggets, another great lunch item. I know I'm in my basement, lighting isn't that great, people comment on it all the time, I'm sorry, it's the best I can, I'm standing in front of a window. Now that I have my list made and I know what meals I have, what I have to work with after taking a better look in my freezers, my pantry, and my freezer upstairs, I'm gonna pull out of my freezers what I need to make my life a little bit easier over the next couple of days. The one thing I know I'm looking for is lunch meat. I'm gonna pull out some hot dogs, really more lunch items that I need to pull out to have on hand for lunches. Dinners I pull out as I need in the morning for that night. This is Lakin's old Easter basket. I like to keep old baskets down here to carry things up from the freezer, but I figured tonight we'll do this orange chicken. I'm going to pull this up into my freezer up in my kitchen for easy access over the next couple of nights, just because it was buried and I forgot I had it. So I'm gonna pull that up. Got the hot dogs I was looking for, some lunch meat, and then I grabbed a bag of green beans to go with this for dinner, and then the rice that's already in my pantry. So I'm gonna bring these up and kind of put them where I need to put them. So this is ever so simply my list. Ignore the chicken scratch as long as I can read it, right? So we're gonna do Philly cheesesteaks. I just needed green peppers for that. So I figured add some green peppers to the list. I'll add some green peppers to my list and pick those up, and that's really cheap too. My garden isn't producing yet, so I have stuff for tacos, sloppy joes. I have a ton of burger buns and stuff left over from either 4th of July weekend, or we just had my brother's grad party here at my house, and I have a ton of buns left over. So those, I figured we could do omelets. Some of those green peppers, I have onions, mushrooms, a ton of veggies, ham, turkey, whatever we want to throw in there, but we always have eggs because I have laying hens. I have everything to make a crock pot Alfredo. Hot sandwiches in my house basically means any sort of grilled cheese, whether it be just cheese, hot ham and cheese. We do deli meats, pepperonis, kind of whatever. Sometimes we'll do, if we have leftover meat, whether that be barbecue chicken or something, we'll throw that in there. But that is what a hot sandwich consists of. Typically, I will just make a ton of sandwiches at once, throw them in the middle of the table, cut them all in half, and everybody can pick and choose. That way someone can have half of a grilled cheese and half of a pepperoni and cheese if they want. And we'll do those with either tomato soup, or we like to dip ours in marinara sauce, typically is what we do. So I have, I think, 18 meals listed out on this list where I really thought I had nothing. And when I started looking in my pantry and in my fridge and in my freezers, I realized I had a lot more than what I thought I had. So my first tip would be actually go ahead and make a list on just the meals that you can make with everything that you currently have, minus 1 or 2 ingredients, if you need to run to the store. So I like to do it all on one sheet of paper. It just is much easier for my brain that way. If not, go ahead and do what works for you. But over here on this side is my meals, and then over here I have all my grocery items that I'm going to need. That way I can just take this one piece of paper to the store and it's all right here for me. I also, on the bottom, right there, made a list of lunches because originally I had thought that I was going to need stuff for dinners, and it turned out I was like, okay, well maybe I have enough stuff to get for dinners for the rest of the month. I think maybe my issue is gonna be lunches. So then I made out a list for lunches for us. We do utilize leftovers. Typically, if we have any leftovers from dinner, my husband's lunch is #1 priority, and then anything that's left after my husband's lunch gets packed, I'll eat for lunch the next day, or the kids will eat for lunch the next day. Actually, I'm currently reheating leftovers from last night. These are stuffed shells that my husband made. They're so good. But 1 box of these jumbo shells from Walmart makes a whole 13 by 11 lasagna pan, and it will feed us for probably 3 meals. I mean, my whole family of 5 will eat off of this probably three times. So I'm reheating that for lunch right now because we have so many left. But I went through and made a list for my lunches. Mini pizzas. I bought a whole bunch of English muffins for breakfast sandwiches for what I was gonna need for the entire month. Well, we're already halfway through the month and I have not once made breakfast sandwiches. So I have, I think, 40 English muffins. So I definitely have enough to make mini pizzas for the kids, sandwiches. I wrote cans, but that's basically like canned SpaghettiOs or raviolis or something. I have a whole flat of those down in my food storage. Can definitely make quesadillas. I bought a ton of tortillas. I bought a whole package of hot dogs so we can do hot dogs, and then mini corn dogs. I have a bunch of these Jiffy corn muffin mixes, and I'll mix up a thing of these and throw in some hot dogs inside and make my own cornbread corn dogs for the kids, and they really love them. My husband likes these as well. So really you could do probably 3 or 4 packages of these and some french fries, and you would definitely have dinner for the evening. This makes, just one packet of these will make 6 jumbo cornbread muffins. Here, I'll bring out my pan. So just so you guys can see the difference, these are the size of a normal cake, cupcake tin or a muffin tin. These are the ones that I'll make my cornbread in typically. They're just bigger and fatter. This is the same pan that I used to make my eggs in for my breakfast sandwiches. So this is the size of an English muffin, pretty much exactly. But one of these packets will make 6, just for a little bit of a, if you're trying to gauge if you would want to make this. Typically if I'm making this pan, I'll make 3 of these and then throw in, I'll cut my hot dogs into pieces and throw them in here and make a big thing like this. So that's what I also do when I'm making these to go in the freezer. So just how I do things. So to recap, I would say just start in your fridge, your pantry, your freezers, whatever you have. Look and make a list of all of the meals that you can make. Make a small grocery list if needed, and go ahead and, you know, eat off those meals for the next couple of days, couple of weeks, whatever it is. The moral of the story is sometimes you think you have nothing, and then you go and you look and you make a list and you have a lot more than you thought. I really was this close to going grocery shopping again and spending another $200, and I would have gotten home and put everything away and been like, I had everything I needed. Why did I go and buy all this stuff? So hindsight, check your stuff before you go grocery shopping, because that kind of would have sucked. I really only need a couple things heading back into the store for the second half of the month, that being milk, tomato juice, and some green peppers, and I have a whole another bunch of meals that I can make. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I do get questions a lot on, like, you know, what happens if you don't plan that well? Well, this is a prime example of, you know, I don't do it right all the time either. Circumstances happen, things happen, and this is what I do. I will go back and remake my list right here and just kind of get it done. Of course, I will be adding things to the list as, you know, things come up, and sometimes only having a couple of ingredients makes you be a little bit more creative and you find meals that your family ends up really liking, and we've done that a handful of times and found meals that we keep around because it's just good. So like, even right off the top of my head, I'm thinking I have stuff to make a ton of different marinades for chickens and throwing it on the grill. There's a ton of options even when you think you don't have a lot. Moving forward into this month, I'm gonna try to do all Aldi videos, but because my shopping was kind of sparse this month, I don't know how great those videos will be, and I'm not gonna put out a video just to put one out. So this month it might be more of just what's for dinners versus all Aldi videos, but I'll link both of those playlists down below if you care. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was helpful or at least a little bit relatable, and I will see you guys next video. Bye.
Stay here, no, ain't gonna keep it